do feel like it could be pretty limitless because there's always room to grow in different aspects of your life. Personal growth to me means just wanting to get yourself ahead in life. There's many factors to personal growth.
What does personal growth mean and what does it cost? Hey, I'm Madison, and this is Growing Pains, a space where Gen Z gets real about the messy, meaningful process of growth and what it really means to our generation. Each episode, we have Gen Z individuals diving into how growth shapes our careers, relationships, and identities, and how things like culture, environment, and failure challenge us along the way. Because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always personal.
Our next guest is more than familiar with the inner workings of Gen Z, but today she's taking a step into how growth influenced her behind the scenes.
My name's Hazel and I am 21 years old. Personal growth to me means just wanting to get yourself ahead in life, whether it be like career-wise or mentally. There's many factors to personal growth, which I feel like are very different, like subcategories. So the way that I would define personal growth in my own life right now, I would say it's mainly academic growth, which I feel like does help me personally because it's helping me reach my life goals, which will eventually affect me in the long-term run.
Hazel shares how her growth journey will help her in future decision making. She further explains how challenges might influence her path.
The way I would handle challenges or setbacks in my personal growth journey is just keep pushing. I just keep going, and if there is an opportunity to try again, then I will.
Growth isn't necessarily always a linear line. Is growth a continuous journey, or do milestones make up our journeys?
I feel like it could be a little bit of both, considering there are different kinds of personal growth approaches to be seen, such as like mental health and academic growth as well, which does help you out personally. But for some people like myself, I do find it easier to space out my personal growth goals instead of having to try to do a bunch of them at once, because it could be a handful.
Everyone's growth experience is different, but do our journeys have an end, or is growth an entirely limitless idea?
I feel like it could be a little bit of both depending on the person. I feel like if there's a certain personal growth goal you want to achieve and you already have, then there's really not much you can do, I guess, unless you're wanting to maintain that goal as you're going on. But I do feel like it could be pretty limitless because there's always room to grow in different aspects of your life.
Understanding that personal growth is singular to everyone, having the knowledge that everyone's goal might be different helps into understanding one another better. Hazel dives deeper into this conversation.
Again, it depends on what it is. Personal growth, as selfish as it sounded, is more for the person doing it for themselves. But it could also be something that has to do with like bettering yourself at working in groups, or I don't know, a work project or a school project, and that could also be beneficial to everyone around them, not just themselves. But I do feel like it is leaning towards more being beneficial for oneself than it is for a majority.
Mistakes and learning are both parts of growth. Hazel shares how it influenced her journey.
An experience I had with failure and trial and error methods was when I was about to take a really hard test, and I was trying different ways of studying that I thought would help me, but unfortunately that test I did not do very well on. But that motivated me to try different methods other than the ones that I've tried beforehand, which also helped me like find my pace and my rhythm into wanting to take into feeling more motivated into taking my next test, which led to me actually passing those tests. And it also helped me grow in ways where I know I can experience trial and error and not let it fully take me down as a person.
Everyone grows at a different pace and learn from entirely different experiences, but this is exactly how growth is personal to each individual. In our next episode, we'll dive into how social media can affect our perceptions of self-awareness and how change can be a good thing. I'm Madison Higio, and we're just scratching the surface of the complexities of growth, because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always personal.